All right, with Bobbi Stricker here after day 2 of LPGA Epson Tour Qualifying School out in the heat of California. 71 today, not too bad. I know it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But at least it wasn't worse.
Correct.
How do you look at it?
Yeah. I literally just asked my dad driving in, I go, do you ever leave the golf course happy? Like, it's just, and then he said if I would have made that last putt on the last hole, I probably would have left the golf course happy. But yeah, it's, obviously I'm kind of irritated right now. I missed a little putt on my 17th hole. So yeah, you're thinking like, okay, it could have been 2 under, and then I made a double on my front 9, and yeah, so you just, you think about taking those away and you're like, man, it could have been really good. And but I did a lot of really good things on the other, honestly, like 16 holes, you know. So yes, you have to look at it that way, especially here. It's so stressful, and it's so just, there are a lot of tough tee balls and a lot of tough shots, and like under the circumstances just adds, they're just hard shots.
Yeah.
So kind of give yourself grace. I didn't give myself a lot of grace yesterday and tried to do that today, and bounced back nicely. I got my double back, made a lot of birdies.
Yep.
So yeah, right now I'm starting to think about it that way, but when you first get done, you're like, bummer, it could have been a lot better.
And I don't know if the players got caught up in the stuff that's been written about the conditions of especially the Palmer course.
Yeah.
But that's actually where you made your move. I mean, you birdied 1, and all of a sudden it looked like you started to feel really comfortable out there.
Yeah, we played this course last in our practice round, and my dad and I, were kind of pumped that we did it last, because we heard all week that it wasn't in great shape, and then we got there and we were like, what are they talking about? Right. It definitely, I think, had gotten better over the first couple days when girls were first seeing it, but no, it wasn't bad. They gave us lift clean in place on the 10th fairway, and that was it, and that was probably, they did a nice job. I really don't think we've been saying all 3 greens, like all 3 courses, their greens are, I feel like this year are better than we've ever seen them. So no, that really didn't get in my head too much, and we haven't really talked about it either.
So it sounds like you got off to a pretty solid start, kind of a little bit of a lull in the middle, and then you took off. How do those ebb and flows go in your mind, and what contributes to those? Yeah,
I started out solid yesterday too. I think like right away in my rounds I'm really fired up, and like especially today, like wanting to get those 2 shots back that I lost on my last 2 holes yesterday, because I played nicely really the whole round yesterday, so I was fired up to get those back, and I got them back in my first 3 holes. And then that double was weird. I fatted a wedge, and I'm about to go hit wedges right now. I've never had the struggle that I have this year with the fairway grass and hitting those like really like 100 yards and in, where you want to go down at the ground, and it just the bottom is weird. And I fatted that one today and made double, but my dad said after I made that, he was like, if you were at this point in your round and you didn't know what you made on those holes and somebody told you were even par, like you would probably be pretty ecstatic.
Right.
So that was a really nice, just good frame of mind, and then kind of got me going, and I know I can birdie holes out on that place. I've proven that to myself in the past few years. So but it's hard, and then you start thinking like towards the end of your round, you start thinking like, I just want to get in at 2 under, and so you get a little more tense. But I managed okay, I would say.
And you're always trying to squirrel something away for tomorrow, which is the next day. And tomorrow is kind of back to where you were a year ago. What did you learn from last year? And how do you plan to approach tomorrow?
I feel like I like my positioning better this year than I did last year. I guess I was really anxious coming into this week, more so than normal. And I think and I'm playing and hitting it so nicely, and I've played all summer pretty solid. I know it's in there, so I think it's just trusting, trusting my ability, trusting the preparation that I've put in. And honestly, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And I think like realizing that and being okay with that, because then that ends up, it frees you up for like the good golf and
yeah.
the good that I know can come.
Sure.
But I'm pumped to play Indian Wells. I came last month actually and played it just because last year was the first year we played it, and some of the tee balls were just kind of nervy, so I went back last month and played it, and I have good vibes going into there. So just stay the course. My dad and I have been saying stay the course and just like trust the whole process all week. So continue to do that tomorrow.
And if your year's work has been like your body of evidence as to whether how this is going to go, you have to feel pretty good, because I saw a lot more good low numbers on an APT than maybe I did last year at wherever you would have played. And is that what you feel you've been able to kind of scoring wise get there? I know scoring's all part of the process, but that part, they go hand in hand.
I think the consistency and just like my bad now is really not that bad, and I think that's the cool part. And like I'm frustrated with a 1 under. I'm talking to you right now, and maybe last year and for sure the year before that wouldn't be the case. So I think golf's a weird game, and it's weird mentally, but I put together some really just consistent scores this year, and I think that's like the main thing is just consistency. That part has gotten a lot better. My ball striking is way better, and like we talked to my mom on the phone yesterday, and I think I'm hitting so many more better shots that the bad ones ring louder, because it's like there's only a few bad ones,
right? Yeah.
Where it's like that's where this grace comes in. It's like, okay, as a golfer, everybody knows you're not going to hit every one perfect, and we're just chasing this perfection all the time. But I really like where I'm at, and I did a lot of really good things today, and like that's kind of been what I've been doing all summer. So. And
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about playing with Chloe.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be fun. I don't know when you saw that pop up on the tee sheet, but what were your thoughts and what was it like?
Yeah, super fun. I have not spent a lot of time with her. I wasn't one of her teammates. I was out before she came in, but she's going to be my sister's teammate, so I know that team obviously now, and she's really good friends with Emily. Chloe is, so
who isn't,
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
We miss
She's
you,
probably
Emily.
going to watch this,
she played awesome today.
Yeah.
You could tell. I heard Emily told me she was kind of nervous yesterday, and today did not look like that. She played so nice. It was a really cool treat. Just to have 2 Badgers in a group out here, and Mackenzie's out here too. We represented well, I think, today, so we had fun.
And you've been in Chloe's shoes. Playing that year in to see what it's like. And how important is that taste for her? And and how much will she benefit from it when she goes back to school?
Oh, for sure. I don't know how much more pressure filled you can get than this tournament. I mean, if you can do this and get through this and hit some of these shots that we have to hit here, you can really do anything. I would say to her, and I knew, I had not seen her play before, but I knew she was, I think she played in the first spot last year. So I knew she was going to be solid, and she is. And like I said, she got over those nerves quickly, and it's only going to help her. When she goes back, she starts literally next week. So
you know that, don't you?
I do.
Have you get your sister back to school yet or not?
No, she moves in Monday. Yeah, so we get to be home for it.
Oh, nice.
And then they start qualifying, I think, like literally either the middle of the week or they play their first tournament like next weekend. Not this coming weekend. But no, we had a lot of fun, and go Badgers.
Go Badgers.